What is going on, y'all? Gonzo's Convos Season 3, Episode 22. I believe we are on Episode 22. So here's the new deal, right? Because a lot of people, like I said, they love to play fucking games. They love to play games and they fucking suck. At least this week, it's been noticed that a lot of guests, I try to make it as simple as possible to schedule, make a time and a day, and then boom, get them on, and that's that. So again, a lot of the times, like what y'all don't see, you guys just think like, okay, they just come on and then we vibe and that's it. Like no, like it's fucking planned ahead of time type of deal, and it's so fucking simple. You figure out when you're free, you figure out all that good shit, and then let me know. And if you're down to get on, then boom, we schedule that shit, and you get on the day that you're scheduled for, right? It's not the case with some people, because some people just don't have, I guess, that part in their brain. I don't fucking know. It makes me stutter because I don't fucking know how else to explain it or how else to express it. Um, because you gotta also realize we come from a delusional fucking world right now. People like people are full of delusional fucking mindsets, and they could be chill as fuck all they want. You know what I'm saying? Like they could be chill as fuck, and I'll be cool with them. But when you start, like I said, when you start fucking with my time and my energy and all this other bullshit, then we're gonna have problems. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm here today because like, same shit as 2 episodes ago. Guest I was supposed to bring on is now like, well, we're gonna have to reschedule. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, it does not work like that. I'm not rescheduling guests because guess what? There's other people willing to get on. You think you just gonna get front row entrance into the fucking podcast? You gotta be fucking kidding me. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have the followers to fucking do that shit. You don't have that clout. You're not up there. You're not known. This whole show is to get a vibe for the people that want that type of attention. You know what I'm saying? That's what the whole point of this is. Overall, have a good vibe, talk about anything and everything, so that people can actually get to know them and what they do, and show them some love. But some people aren't so deserving of that, and guess what? The big man upstairs lets me know that, and that's why they're not on the show. Come day of, if that fucking happens. So, it is what it is. Shit like this happens, and that's when you just gotta, exit out, move on to the fucking next. Um, but in case y'all don't know who I'm referring to a guest named Kelani or some shit like that, like the singer. I guess she's a wannabe to the singer. I don't really fucking know. Not very known. I don't even know. She says she wants to have her own podcast, whatever the fuck. From when I talked to her a little bit, but yeah, your timing fucking sucks. Like your scheduling fucking sucks. So that's not gonna work out for you. I hate to break it to you, but you need to figure out your time. You need to figure out your schedule. You need to figure out all this shit if you ever think you're gonna podcast because that's time consuming. And any podcaster can tell you that shit. It's time consuming. And by the looks of it, you fucking suck at it. You know what I'm saying? Like you was the type of motherfucker that was 30 minutes late to class, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to get your timing right. I goes late to fucking work all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? So here's what I did, right? I sent her the link and was like, join or whatever the fuck you want because the episode's gonna continue. So from now on, I will be recording every single fucking day. It don't matter if I'm having a guest on or not. I will present the opportunity to bring these guests on, but if they want to play with my time and play with my shit, guess what? We talk about it on here. It gives me a free topic to talk about it. You know what I mean? And I could see, y'all could say like I seen heard about it or whatever. It don't really matter to me. In the moment it does because it's again like you fuck with my time. So in this way I'm gonna be fuck with my time because I'll be recording still. But you'll be the main topic of the show. Um, Now as to what do I know about her, nothing much really. I don't know too much about who this individual is. I really don't. I really don't. All I know is she does TikToks. She's trying to do whatever the fuck she's trying to do, but balancing a work life or some shit. I don't fucking know. To me, I'm gonna tell you what she looks like. To me, she looks like a typical female, tatted female who is delusional as fuck and probably believes in the fucking star system, judges people by their zodiac signs. You know, the type of shit that I don't like, and y'all know I don't. I hate that shit. I hate those types of vibes, and I try to stay away from those people. Sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes it does. But I try to stay away from those types of people, and that's kind of what she presents herself as, I guess you could say. Um, Long story short, again, she was supposed to come on here. I don't know how that vibe was gonna go. I imagine it was gonna be cool because I always present a chill vibe until proven otherwise, until someone fucks that shit up. You know what I mean? So yeah, she's not known at all, and she could have gotten a little bit of love to herself. You know, got a little bit of clout from being on here, but again, people don't want to take those opportunities very fucking seriously. So it is what it is. So today, it ain't even just gonna be about them, man. Like I don't even like talking about them all the fucking time because it just sounds like I'm shitting on them the whole episode. And in a way, I am, but I don't want to. I don't want to present that. So we're gonna not talk about her the whole fucking thing. So today's topic, we're gonna talk about the delusional female of social media. Um, Not just delusional, but like the toxic female of social media. And this is in no way, shape, or form hating on females in general, because y'all know I don't do that. Y'all know I bring them on and I fucking vibe with them, and y'all will see in past episodes I don't show no type of hate or nothing like that. So like I'm not a fucking woman hater. You know what I mean? It's just certain ones get on my nerves. Certain types of personalities that some of them portray gets on my nerves, and there's a difference with that. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy everybody. It don't matter about the race, gender, sexuality. It don't matter. You know what I mean? Because anybody will get the shit talking if they fuck with me in that type of way. Because I'm not just gonna let that type of shit slide. So my thing is, right, when it comes to social medias and stuff like that, it's very hard to network right off the rip. So for those of you that want to start podcasting and want to start off doing social media, it's going to be hard for you to network right off the rip because people are selfish these days, and people. I'm not saying I'm not going to say all of them, but there's a good majority that are very selfish and only focus on them type of selves because they're already there or they already have the followers, the likes, all that fucking shit, right? They already have all of that. But my thing is, are they going to be willing to share that? Possibly fucking not. You know what I'm saying? Unless you are known yourself, you're not going to get that. So I don't know if y'all noticed, but when I started in season one, it was a fucking struggle for me to um, get people on because I wasn't out there like that. And now, it's not hard for me at all to book up a whole fucking week. I book up a week, like 2 weeks prior to this week. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. But the bad thing about that is, and I didn't realize it, is sometimes people are gonna, cancel for no reason or play with your fucking time. And then some of them are actually gonna be able to get on and get a vibe going, and that's that. If you cancel for a direct reason, I don't obviously you got to be understanding of that. You know what I'm saying? Like if they have a loved one in a hospital or going to a funeral, like serious shit like that. But if they're just canceling and they don't have like a good reason to, it's like you went out of your way to schedule, make the posters, posting it too, and that's that, right? So it's just crazy to go all the way that far just for them to cancel last fucking minute. You know what I'm saying? And this is the second time this has happened this week. So I have no problem calling these people out because I want y'all to not make the same mistake, and to avoid these types of personalities that I am telling you. You know what I'm saying? And they might be saying the same shit to me. It is what it is. But I have the credentials to show that the people that actually get on, I have a good fucking vibe with. You know, they have no credentials of that. They have videos of themselves doing their own fucking thing, shaking ass, doing this shit, and guess what? Who's gonna win in that fucking favor? Just saying. The credentials are there. Um, so they could honestly say whatever the fuck they want to say. You know what I mean? And I already know that they're gonna be, butthurt about shit like this because the last one was butthurt. You know what I'm saying? Like she was following and then she unfollowed, and but she still kind of stalks my stories, which is fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? Weird as fuck. If it didn't work out for you the first time, it's not gonna work out for you again. Stop it, stop it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm not gonna lie. The second time happens this week, and it doesn't happen most often. It didn't. I don't even know this word. It didn't happen last week, and it didn't happen the week before that. This is like a new fucking thing going on right now. So for y'all, when it comes to networking, you guys need to understand who you're picking to be on. Because if you're going off TikTok like I do, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be down because everyone likes to talk and everyone likes to socialize and meet people. Especially because this is over technology and people love meeting people over technology. That's just a given fact. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was in person, if you're out and about, like at a bar or a club in person, you're trying to promote, that's not gonna work. Um, and believe me, I did try that. I did try that shit. It doesn't work because not only are you just talking to drunk people, you're talking to people that are just there for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? People are on TikTok to get clout, get followers, and in a way network. So if they see that you have the followers, you have whatever the fuck, of course they're gonna take that opportunity. They want that clout. You know what I'm saying? And that's not like saying it in a shitty way. Everybody that's in the social media like that wants that type of fucking clout. That's a fact, right? So my thing is when you're finding someone to network with, and I'm gonna say from a TikTok perspective, definitely look into who you're trying to get on. Don't just go around because that's probably the mistake I did from this week. Was I was just clicking random ones, and if they were interacting well, then I was getting them on. People could put on a fake ass front, like they could be interacting with you, talking to you, and be on live and just showing a chill vibe. But then once they're off, it's a switch. It's a personality switch, and that's known as fucking bipolar. No, that's not bipolar. I don't even know if that's. I don't even know if there's a word for that. To be honest with you. I know bipolar is like when you switch moods and shit, but I mean, they might have some of that. I don't fucking know. I'm not there to judge, but I'm gonna tell you that you got to be picky of who you get on your podcast with. I can tell you next week's lineup is gonna be released Sunday, and I can tell you that I feel like it's gonna be a lot more successful than it was this week. This week was kind of shit. You know what I mean? This week was kind of shit. I had some cool people on for the previous episodes, but it was shit compared to last week, and it was shit compared to the week before that because of shit like this. So, what I'm gonna do is take extra precaution in who I pick to get on a podcast because a lot of these motherfuckers ain't fit to be on a podcast. You know what I'm saying? And who I'm talking about are the people that, like I'm talking about, just canceled last minute for no reason. And she said because she has work, but we scheduled this and you said it was fine because I'm 2 hours ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm actually curious what she said. Here, let's take a look real quick. So again, ain't said a goddamn thing because she's at work when it's like 4 something her time, right? She wanted to start at 5 p.m. her time, but that's 7 p.m. for me because I'm 2 hours ahead. So, make that shit make sense because it just sounds like it's an excuse for me. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone is cut out for good vibes. Not everyone is cut out to vibe with people in general. And I guess she's just one of those people. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's introverted. That's her deal. That's her problem. But that's the type what I'm talking about is you got to be able to pick who you want to get on. You don't want introverted people on your podcast because one, that can make it awkward as fuck, and two, you don't even know if they're gonna even show up, or three, they're just gonna cancel last minute. So it's all a learning experience for me at the end of the day. So that's why I don't um, like after today, I don't fucking dwell on it or anything like that because everything is a learning experience and everything I do is to try to improve this podcast more and more. Um, and that's that, man. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. And I think I'm doing a pretty damn good job considering how season 3 in general has gone. You know what I'm saying? And the other way I look at it is because they canceled, because they didn't come on, I kind of saved it from having a whole fucking bad vibe, you know. The other thing is, I know y'all like the drama, and I know you'd love to see me fucking argue with her and fucking talk shit, but that can also be fucking mentally draining. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to deal with shit like that, you know, certain mindsets and certain personalities that certain people have really fucking mentally drains me. You know what I mean? Like, it's mind baffling that they either act that way or think that way. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's free, obviously free to have their own thoughts, feelings, whatever the fuck. But for me to be around it, nah, I'm good. I choose something different. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't really get a good vibe from her, if that makes sense. The only vibe she showed me was from her TikTok live when I asked her to be on this podcast, and that was fucking it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you just that's my biggest thing when you, especially when you're starting out, be picky of who you got to be picky from off the rip too. Like even though it's gonna be a struggle for you to get guests on, you still got to be picky. You know, especially when you're starting out. Because picture this, right? You just started a podcast. You haven't done your first ever episode yet, and you want to get a guest on for that. Well, one, you don't have credentials. You don't have like previous videos or anything that shows or clips that shows that you actually do that. So people are gonna be a little sketchy about that. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna be a little skeptical about it. But you still gotta be picky. You see what I'm saying? So the best way to go about it would be to explain that it's gonna be your first episode and that you want them as a guest and all that good shit. Are someone gonna follow that? Probably fucking not. You know, is someone gonna go for it? Nah. Especially if you don't have the followers, no, or the subscribers, whatever the fuck your platform posts to. If you don't have the shit, you know they're not gonna be down for that. But some might, and you know, and then you'll find one that's actually down to get on, and then you just see how that vibe goes from there. Get in the photo editing so that you don't have to pay someone to fucking edit the photos for you, edit the posters for you for the guests. You know what I'm saying? There's apps and shit that make it so fucking self-explanatory and easy. You can just make that shit yourself, and you don't gotta pay nobody. You just do it for free. Make it yourself. You know what I'm saying? It saves you a hell of a lot of money. You know what I mean? Because podcasting could either be expensive for you, like really fucking expensive for you if you're not making money too, or you can make it cheap right off the rip and still make good fucking videos. You see what I'm saying? So that, and I'm gonna tell you, this virtual studio and shit's not cheap at all. It's not fucking cheap. So I can tell you when I very first started, I used fucking Zoom. I use Zoom. The good news is people are so familiar with Zoom, they'll be down to do a fucking Zoom podcast with you more likely than not. When I have to explain this shit to them, it's kind of like, what the fuck is this, you know? And sometimes they struggle getting on, and sometimes they, are able to get in so easily, and they're just kind of like, wow, what's this, you know? But Zoom is, the best way to go when you're first starting out. If you want to upload to YouTube, but you want to start with the visuals. If you want to start with the audios, easily Spotify. You can easily get that to Spotify, and I recommend this app called Anchor. You can use that, and not only does it post to Spotify, but if you get enough listeners and you get enough episodes out there, you can start posting to Apple Podcasts, such as myself. So my platform is YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. That's really good for someone that's only in season 3. You know what I'm saying? And those are the 3 major platforms for podcasts. You know what I'm saying? There's other platforms out there, but the 2 for audio, the 2 main ones is Spotify and Apple Podcasts. YouTube, like for the visuals, you want to see the people talking. It's gonna be on YouTube. That's the main one, right? So that your goal should be to get to that point. But like I said, if you want guests on, you gotta be fucking tactful with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just get any fucking person going live because it's like, what the fuck are they gonna offer you? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna offer you the content if they get on, but who's to say they're gonna get on? Or if you say you're gonna fucking contact them and you do reach out and they don't say nothing, that happened when I was first starting. Nowadays, Like now, you know what I'm saying? They fucking are quick to hit me back up. So, and it's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like it's not like a bragging thing. It's just more of like that just comes to show the more credentials you have, the more you build yourself, the more easy it is to network with people, you know. And it sounds shitty that it's for the clout for them, but I mean, if you were in their shoes, tell me you wouldn't take that opportunity. The only thing I deal with, like I said, is just random cancellations. People testing me wanting to fuck with my time, and they find out the hard way with this releasing and me not rescheduling them because no, fuck no. In reality, if you let's say you got a fucking front row ticket to a concert or some shit, but you can't make it there, you can't trade that fucker in to go get front row seats again. That ship has sailed. You know what I'm saying? That concert's done for. After that day, after that night, it's gone. There's no redos. You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking redos with that. So you got to kind of treat it your podcast like that, and people will start fucking treating it more seriously. You know what I'm saying? What I need to start doing is explaining that right off the rip. I, but if you have to cancel for any reason, go on ahead. But there's no reschedules. You know, it sounds dickheadish, but you know that lets them know that you're a man about your fucking time, and I need to start doing that. So I will be following my own advice with that. But the other main thing is to make sure you have the time to podcast because it is very time consuming. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you already have a job, once you get off and say you have a guest coming on, like you gotta rush back to go get cleaned up, do whatever you gotta do, and then get your ass on fucking camera and get her inside your session and shit like that. Him or her inside your session. You see what I'm saying? So it's very, very much time consuming. And a lot of people, where they fuck up at too, is they don't know what to talk about. They don't know what topics to talk about. You know, that's very common. It's very common. That's why a lot of podcasts these days are scripted. They have a whole script, what they're going to say, what each person is going to say, what they're going to talk about. That's what they do. But what makes mine unique is mine is not. Mine is not at all. You will never see paper in front of me. You'll never see me, taking notes or looking down or whatever. If it looks like I'm looking down, I'm looking right at these cameras right here, looking right at my screen where I'm recording at. That's exactly where the fuck I'm looking at. You see what I'm saying? And I'm talking straight to them. Everything that I say comes from here, and everything they say comes from their own fucking brain. So if they say something stupid, that's on them. If I say something stupid, that's on me. Or we keep things rolling. You know what I'm saying? I don't edit. I don't edit either. Y'all can choose to edit. Honestly, I prefer y'all to edit your shit, so that you're not copying me for one. And two, so that it comes out better than you want it. Because if you look back at the videos you record or the audio you record, you might not like something that was said or like something that you saw, and you can just edit that shit out. But the type I'm going for is just all straight, unique, all raw fucking footage, all raw audio. So everything that is said and seen will be out there, just like that. You know what I'm saying? Is that the smartest move? Probably not, but that's what makes it unique. Because not many people do that. Every podcaster edits their shits. Promise you. But that's what you gotta. That's the other thing with podcasting too is you have competition. I've talked to people I've wanted to get on the podcast that have gone on the podcast that have been a part of other podcasts as well. So you have competition out there. We all, like all of us podcasters do. If anything, it's probably one of the biggest competitions out there because everyone wants to fucking do it. Everyone figures out how to start one. The biggest thing is, do they keep up with it? You know what I'm saying? I'm already in season 3. Most people I talk to are not. You know what I mean? Or like they say they released a couple episodes and then that was it. They took a break, but they're not gonna get back to that shit anytime soon. It's very much time consuming and it's very stressful to plan. But that's why you plan ahead of time. See, I'm not trying to do this and have other podcast shows and trying to figure out what content to post. You put one focus on one thing at a time and you'll be straight. Y'all will be fine. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. And you'll be straight from there. The other thing I'm gonna start doing, if y'all peep the stories on Instagram and everything, or mainly Instagram. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Instagram. You'll see that I'll start putting out questions for y'all to ask about what guests I should bring on next. So not only is it just gonna be me picking, because clearly this week you saw my picking was pretty shit. You know what I'm saying? Besides fucking three of them. So I'm gonna let y'all pick. I'm gonna let y'all pick. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all give me a shitty one, y'all pick like shit. But you know, it's all love at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's all love at the end of the day. But yeah, definitely be picky with what you're picking if you want to start having guests on your podcast. You know, that is just. I know I don't take like notes and shit like that, but I take mental notes. You know, that's the best way I learn is by getting hands on with it, knowing what I fucked up at, and then revamping from there. That is the best way for me to learn. That's not for everybody, but that's the best way for me to learn. So now I know not to just take anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? If you think about relationships, you just go for if you were the type of dude to just go for any female or dude or whatever you're into, if you just go for whatever, chances are like you're just gonna make them feel entitled and you know what happens when people feel entitled? They feel too entitled to, you know, hang out with you or date you or whatever, and then that's what happens. You know, for my guys out there, for my straight guys out there, if you trying to pursue a female, you know, and the same type of factor, you're just going for every female, you're just making them feel entitled, especially when you're using those words like, "Oh, you're so beautiful, you're so gorgeous." You know how many dudes said that to her? Everybody says shit. Everybody says that. Come on, you got to change it up a little bit. You know, at this point, like it's all about how your personality, how a vibe is. Like, tell her, and show her something different. That's the key to it. Something she has never heard of or seen of before. But it makes it hard because possibilities is the amount of guys that probably hit her up or hit up on her probably already fucking happened. You know, and that's what makes it a challenge, though. And for my podcasters out there, you gotta say and do shit that's different. You know what I'm saying? But you also gotta have the credentials to prove it. Because when it comes to social media, especially, they don't know if you're just trolling, if you just, you know, if you're just saying shit just to say it. You gotta have the credentials to back you up on that. And that's why it's been, and I'll be honest, that's why it's been so easy for me to get people on or get people scheduled at the least. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, for all my future podcasts out there, good luck starting your own podcast. And if you started it, let me know how it's going, all that good shit. And yeah, don't run into the same mistakes as me. Look back on this video, take note, don't make those same mistakes. I will not be making those same mistakes. Will it probably happen again in the future? Probably, because you know, you never know. Some people could be very deceiving. So that's just more that'll just be more for me to learn and more for me to revamp from. And I'm always open to learn some new shit and you know to revamp more. That's what y'all should be focusing on. Learn the mistakes that you make and revamp from it, and do your best not to make those same mistakes again. You shouldn't make those same mistakes again. But when it comes to certain shit, like it's almost unavoidable. So you know, like shit like this, because you never know what the fuck will pop up. You know. So with that being said, that concludes this episode. I hate doing this to y'all, man. I hate it because I post it and I promote it and then it goes down the drain like that. But that just comes to show that this type of shit happens. And I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Every time this shit happens, I'm still gonna continue recording. I'm still gonna continue my shit. Still gonna continue dropping episodes because I'm not. The thing is, you can't let no one slow you the fuck down. So what I recommend, and what I'm gonna also start doing, have a plan A, which is with the guest, and have a plan fucking B, which is possibly recording with yourself or with homies, whoever you want to else bring on that you know for sure gonna come on. Because sometimes that happens. But have a plan. Have more than just a fucking plan A. You know, you can have a plan A through Z, and if you have a plan A through Z, you go, you prepare for anything. But have more than just a plan A. That's another thing I learned. So with that being said, y'all stay tuned for future episodes. That was Gonzo's Convos, Season 3, Episode 22. I'm going to catch y'all in the next episode.